Greetings, loyal followers of the First Order. My name is Core22, and today we're going to be doing something a little differently today. Wave 9 has finally been released in Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. Fantasy Flight has just released the 4 ships that came out with Wave 9, which was the ARC 170, the Special Forces TIE, the Protectorate Fighter, and the Shadowcaster. Today, I was pleasantly surprised to go to my to the closest Games Workshop and found that they had indeed managed to procure Wave 9 ships. And today I'm going to be doing a special unboxing series. In fact, I'm going to be making a series out of this. For every new ship I get, every new ship that I don't own that I get, I'm going to do a special unboxing of it. Because I want to show the people, what these ships come with, as well as just show off the ship in general. Because well, let's be honest, Wave 9 ships are looking pretty good so far. I have a feeling that a lot of them are going to become the new meta. So we're going to be starting off with a ship that I have been waiting for to come out for a long time, ever since the release, of the Force Awakens Core Set. I've been wanting to see this, and it is the Special Forces TIE Fighter. This is the starfighter that Finn and Poe stole in order to escape the Finalizer in Star Wars The Force Awakens, and now it has finally arrived to X-Wing. So I'm just going to stop wasting your guys' time and get to opening this thing right now. So just bear with me a sec. To it. Get this bad boy out of here. Come on. Alright. Let's get that out of there. Okay, so we got out of the box. We'll start with the ship model itself. Let's just get it out of here. Come on, ouch, come. There we go. Oh my god, just look at that. Look at this beautiful thing. This is the ship that Poe and Finn stole in order to escape the Finalizer in Force Awakens, and ever since its conception, I thought it was such a great idea. Like, this is something that the Empire should have had. I consider this ship to be a TIE Advanced and a half, because it's basically everything the TIE Advanced could have been, but more. I mean, if we just do a small little 360, she's got the wings there. If you look in the back, if I bring it up close to the camera, you can see the viewport and where the gunner would see out of. And there's the twin-ion engines in the back there, and the sensor cluster right there. And also, if we look on the bottom here, there's that little turret in the back that allows it to fire forwards and backwards. It's got an interesting color scheme, and I think just the design looks like that of a standard TIE fighter, but just it's not so much the design I love, it's just the function of it. I mean, like I said, this thing is like a TIE Advanced and a half. Like, it has shields, it has a primary weapon, a bottom-mounted turret that can swivel forward and backward. It has that sensor cluster on the top here. It can take two pilots, a pilot and a gunner. It comes with a hyperdrive, surprisingly, so this thing is excellent for long-range recon as well as assault, and it can carry an impressive payload of missiles, warheads, and missiles and mag pulses, as Poe described. So this is the ship model itself. Just gonna put that there. I'm gonna probably keep it in view so you guys can have a look at it. We're gonna go right into the upgrades that this thing comes with, as well as the pilots. Let's open this up. Come on, alright, we'll get these out of here first. Okay, so here we have a little card here, a little fat card, which explains the auxiliary firing. By the way, this ship is able to fire backwards in the game. I should probably mention that, but it has an auxiliary firing arc, which basically states that you can perform a primary weapon behind you, but unless, of course, it's specific, but it only applies to your primary weapon unless, of course, there's a specific upgrade that states specifically you can fire from the secondary arc, or if your secondary arc has like a special icon that allows you to fire from behind. Like, for example, the Ghost. It has an auxiliary firing arc, but it has a little icon saying that warheads can be fired from it. You know, that sort of thing. Let's move on to the pilots. And the pilots we have here are amazing. We'll start from the lowest and work our way up. So actually, let's move the model out of the way here. So first we have a Zeta Specialist. The Zeta Specialist comes in at a pilot skill of 3 and flies the TIE SF fighter for the First Order. It has the standard stat lines of a TIE SF. It has an attack value of 2. It has an agility value of 2. So basically it puts it on par. The agility value makes it so it's on par with a TIE bomber. Hull value 3 and a shield value of 3. So impressive hull and impressive shield. It's able to withstand some damage as well as take some. Its action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll. So notice the lack of evade there, meaning the ship is basically a heavy ship. The Zeta Specialist costs 23 points to field, and the upgrade bar consists of a tech, a system, and a missile, as well as an unlisted Talon modification. It's a common pilot, so there are no special abilities. It also comes with a squad. It also comes with a pilot skill of 3, so it's a relatively cheap ship, and of course, you know, just like maybe a swarm of these would be enough to overwhelm your opponent, because you could probably field maybe 4 or 5 of these with limited upgrades. Move on to the next ship we have in the back here. The next ship we have is the Omega Specialist. This guy comes in at a pilot skill of 5, flying the TIE SF. Same attack stats, attack 2, agility 2, hull 3, shield 3, same actions. His action bar consists of an EPT as well as the system, missile, and tech, as well as an talent modification. Costs 25 points to field, and like with the Zeta Specialist, the Omega Specialist does not have a set of special ability, but he has a higher pilot skill, and he's able to take 1 extra upgrade. So you might be able to field like a squad of 3 of these, upgrade to the max. You could probably field 1 of these with 3 Zeta Specialists, or maybe just even one of these, a couple of these with some TIE FO fighters, and yeah. Now let's go on to the elite pilots. This one in particular I have a bit of a fondness to. This one I've already got some ideas to make, and that is Backdraft. Backdraft comes in at a pilot skill of 7, flying the TIE SF. He has the standard stat line, attack 2, agility 2, hull 3, and shield 3. Action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll. It comes in at a squad point cost of 27, and his action bar or his upgrade bar consists of an EPT, a system, missile, and a tech. His special ability reads: when attacking a ship inside your auxiliary firing arc, you may add 1 critical result. So with Backdraft, there's a reason why he's called that, and because he does more damage when he's firing behind him. So with Backdraft, you're going to be doing a lot of passes and flybys. Or at the very least, you're going to joust, and then you're going to veer off and get the enemy in your rear firing arc and get that extra crit in there. Already, I've got some ideas lined up for this guy, because he's basically like, if you use him correctly, he's basically a crit hunter. But yeah, you know, this guy, you're going to be seeing a lot of this guy in future videos. Now, speaking of, you'll also be seeing another pilot in future videos, and this one arguably was my favorite the second I saw her. This is Quick Draw. She comes in at a pilot skill of 9, so she's up there with Wedge, Darth Vader, Talon Cobra. She's up there with the best of the best. She comes in at a pilot skill of 9, flying the TIE SF, same stat line, same action, same upgrades. She costs 29 points to field, so she costs about as much as Wedge and Vader does. Her special ability, however, is a very unique one. It reads: once per round, when you lose a shield token, you may perform a primary weapon attack. So this opens up a lot of possibilities for the game, because this basically allows you to if you take a hit, you're gonna be allowed to attack immediately after, which means you can either attack, take a hit, and then attack again, or if you want it to be really daring, purposely run yourself into an asteroid, allow yourself to take the hit, lose your shield, and right before everyone else gets to attack, you get to attack. So basically, you with Quick Draw, it allows you can basically attack during the activation phase, because there's no restrictions to when her ability can trigger. She also comes in at a high pilot skill as well, so she'll be moving after everyone else does, and she'll be able to shoot before everyone else does. So yeah, this ship I'm going to be using a lot, especially with the upgrades that come with the Special Forces TIE pack. Let's move on to those now, because the ship only comes with 4 pilots. So, the first thing it comes with is the EPT Wired. So we got another one of these. We got another one of these now, and it basically states, it comes in at a squad point cost of 1. It basically states, when attacking or defending, if you're stressed, it says when attacking or defending, if you are stressed, you may reroll 1 or more of your focus results. This is very handy because The Special Forces TIE Fighter's maneuver dial has a lot of red maneuvers, and this is especially handy if you want to do like a Segnar's loop, because if you can't take an action, that's fine. At least you can reroll. At least if you're stretched, you can always reroll with wired. Then we'll move on to the system upgrade console, and this is a collision detector. This is a new system upgrade that comes exclusively with the TIE Special Forces. It costs 0 points, so it's a free system upgrade. And it reads, when performing a boost, barrel roll, or decloak, your ship and maneuver template can overlap obstacles. When rolling for obstacle damage, ignore all critical results. So, with this ship, with this on your ship, this basically means you can perform your barrel boost and cloak and decloak actions while your template goes over obstacles, and only critical damage is ignored. So this is perfect for, say, going through a debris field, because you'd only get the stress from that. As the only way to get damage from debris is if you roll a crit result, and this states that you ignore crit results. It also makes maneuvering over asteroids a bit safer as well, because only hit results apply. And granted that there's more hit results on an attack die than crit results, you know, your chances of actually getting hit go down by that one dice, and that one result can mean life or death, so to speak. Now, moving on, we have another new tech upgrade that comes exclusive with the TIE SF, and it is the sensor cluster. The sensor cluster states, when at defending, you may spend a focus token to change one of your blank results to an evade result. So the sensor cluster behaves like the weapons guidance system, which allows you to spend a focus to change a blank to a hit, but the sensor cluster allows you to change a blank to an evade, so it's the exact opposite. So the sensor cluster, you're going to be using a lot of these on your TIE SFs, because agility value of 2, and if you roll one blank, then, well, if you have a focus token, you're probably going to need to spend it to get that blank to an evade. Basically, like with the weapons guidance, this is a very, very situational upgrade. I personally probably won't be using this because the situations required to it. Like I've never used ships that require or upgrades that require specific and it to be very situational. Like I'd rather just go in there and be able to trigger its ability whenever. But those of you that would find this useful, I encourage you guys to use it, because I mean, this ship this on its own it can be pretty useful. And finally, oh no, we got one more. There's another sensor cluster. It comes with 2 of these. Finally, we have something that's specifically for the TIE Special Forces, and that is Special Ops Training. It is a title card meant only for the Special Forces TIE. It comes at 0 points, and it reads, when attacking with a primary weapon from your primary firing arc, you may roll 1 additional attack die. If you do not, you may perform an additional attack from your auxiliary firing arc. So, Special Ops Training, basically, if you're just attacking from your forward arc, you get to add an extra dice result. Otherwise, if you have a ship forward and behind you, you can attack them both. So basically, you fire from the front and then you fire from the rear. This is a must. You are going to want to equip this to your TIE Special Forces before it goes out of the field. Not only because it's a free title, but also due to the fact that it takes advantage of both the ship's firing arcs. I mean, come on, it's basically like constantly getting a double tap, especially if you put this on quick draw, because this allows her to attack from her forward and rear arcs after she loses a shield, and of course with her regular attack. So that means with this in mind, with quick draw, you have the potential to attack 4 times with this card. So yeah, it's a pretty useful card it's a pretty useful title card, even though it's meant for like just the TIE Special Forces. But yeah, if you're applying a TIE Special Forces, this is a must. You're going to want to equip this. Let's move on to the dial here. Let me just get it out of here. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is the other stuff the ship comes with. So as you can see, it comes with your typical target lock, shield tokens, crit token, stress token. Comes with quick draw and backdraft in the front here, and then if you turn it around, you've got Zeta Specialist and Omega Specialist on the back here. And then of course the second